Hello. I've been very brave because I got out of the car and the air conditioning, obviously, because that's my biggest concern, is staying where it's as cool as possible. And it is still up in the 80s here, which is disgusting. Can't be helped, and it's a very poor show for me. And it's going to be worse tomorrow. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm a bit of a panic now. So, today has been, yesterday Janine and I went to a job in Methuen Village, and it's lovely, Methuen Village. They're absolutely, it's a lovely, lovely organisation. And we took Mandy and Percy and the 2 chickens. So that went down very well. So lots of people there, so that was great. And then I think there was a visit on the farm today. I'm not too sure who that was actually, because I haven't been paying attention, which is a bit naughty, sorry, apologies. And then this morning I went to do the pick up from the co-op, because that's what one does on a Tuesday, because it's shareholders day and I'm a shareholder. So I go and I get my percentage discount on certain items, which is super duper. And then I got the call from the farrier to say that I could either have 10:30 this morning or 2 o'clock. And I thought, 10:30 sounds much better than 2 o'clock, because quite frankly, 2 o'clock was going to be hot and really yucky. My mistake. 10:30 was hot and very yucky. That was super. Go me. And today's farrier work was Boone and Enzo and Harley and Rocco. We left Enzo to the end, which was probably a good thing, because he was absolutely horrific. And he is just the oddest, because I had his feet up picking him out during the week, no problem at all. And today he was just in an absolute snit and wasn't for having it. And he was so badly behaved, I am mortified. And I think that farrier, poor Alfredo, he should really actually have danger money, quite frankly, because Enzo had just decided that whatever way the wind was blowing this morning, that he wasn't having anyone touching his feet, his legs. He wasn't very keen on his nose, and he was just obnoxious. And he was trimmed 4 weeks ago, and I left him be with the farrier and came back and he was done. And I said, did he behave? And he said yes. So don't ask me what get in about his ears today, but he certainly wasn't for having it, and he was in such a mood. So that's where we're at. But everybody else was fine. Harley wasn't best pleased, but at least she just gives you the side eye. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to flip you around here for a second. So I'm way back in the way back paddock, and I can't see very much, and I'm hoping you can see my sheepy doodads, because my sheep obviously think that this is where we're going to hang out this evening, and it's not. Wrong paddock. We have to go back up. So they go up into the top paddocks. Booney Boo's over there, and Tenny's over there as well. And they come back up every night, and they stay in the top 2 paddocks, because this is a massive, 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 massive paddock with lots of super grass, but it's just a bit too far away from the barns and the rest of the habitation on the farm. So we like to bring them up, because there are quite a lot of coyotes, as I'm sure I have discussed before, and we bring them back up into bed for the night. But this lot obviously think, she's down here, I'll come with her. But no, that's not really what we're looking for. Sheepies! They're like, yeah, grass, thank you, not interested in you, crazy woman. Right, so got back to the farm maybe about midday, and then got a barrage of texts from my lovely daughter, and had to take her to urgent care. And oh my goodness, I can't quite work this out. Urgent care is a bit of a eye opener for me, because when you go there, And the doctor says, yes, well, I'm an urgent care doctor, so I can't really tell you anything about that. I always find that a bit confusing, because I always thought doctors always trained to the same standard. But obviously, I'm going to have to reset my brain around this one, because totally and utterly confusing. Anyway, she is okay, and so okay that we had to then go to the supermarket and pick her up sushi, because that's what she wanted. So yeah, so it's been quite a day, and now I'm back here wearing the wrong clothes and totally and utterly the wrong footwear, because I do have flip-flops on to do evening chores. So I'm all over the place today, and but we'll just get on with it. So tomorrow will be Wednesday. And there's something happening on Wednesday, and I can't remember. I do have on Thursday Rocco going to his new home, and so he will be good to travel. He had his feet trimmed today, and he will be going up to his new mummy, and she has made a teeny tiny, oh, here's my buddies coming over. She has made a teeny tiny paddock, and he will be in there while she works with him, gets him used to her, and well, here's my big buddy coming, and we'll see how she gets on with him. But I'm pretty sure she'll keep in contact and let us know how he's doing. Hello, sheepies. Oh, I love these sheep. They're fantastic. You're doing a great job there. Keep going. You do, of course, realise there's no sight of blinking Enzo, who's probably sulking now, and he normally is here checking out the sheep and making sure they're A-OK. But there are still some sheep up in the paddock, so it might be that he's up there doing his job, or it might be that he's up there sulking, because he gets very sulky. And he's only 5, so he's kind of like a teenage mini mule with a terrible amount of attitude. And it's not like you can take his phone away from him or tell him he's not going out with his friends for a while. He's a bit of a handful, is Mr. Enzo. Anyway, so I'm going to get this lot put back in position, and then I'm going to go over and spend some time with the quarantine across the road. I get them fed and mucked out, and I'm grooming them quite heavily at the moment, because they're shedding, and it's really just getting rid of a lot of matted coat, and being very aware of the fact that the warmer weather is coming in. Can't believe those words came out of my mouth. The warmer weather is coming in. Yucky, yucky. Anyway, so let's go and see if we've got any questions. I'll try and do this without knocking it all over. Oh, thank goodness there's a breeze picked up. Where are you going? See, they're quite speedy when they get going, the sheep. And if you've got any questions, please ask away. Oh, I was going to tell you. In fact, I was in a different position today, because I was going to tell and show. It was like show and tell. My little project that I've got going on. I'll keep going through these questions if I don't get sunburn. No, Carol, I've got AC going in the car. So much so that Sophie switches off her side of the car. Oh dear. So we are, yes, Sophie's okay, thank you, Hilda. What you doing? It's like, I'm just getting to the better bit of the grass, thank you very much. So this was what I was actually going to tell you all about, because I was so excited about it. I'm going to leave these questions at here, and hopefully it will go back to that. So on Friday, my friend Rebecca came, and Rebecca lives up in Maine, and she has Charlie actually, and also very large rabbits. She also has Flemish giants, and she has a very interesting lifestyle. She does a lot of things with botanics, and looks for a very natural way of maintaining and keeping animals. And we've been talking, and she said to me, when I come down on Friday, she said, I'm going to bring you some of my boo-boo oil, which she did, which is super, and I'm using that on a piece of exposed skin on Misty's hip, and that seems to be working very nicely. And she said, and I'm going to bring you some sunchokes and some Sweet Annie, neither of which I'd actually heard of, because we have to remember I haven't the blackest thumb going. And in fact, Nick made me promise that I wouldn't buy any plants to torture this year, and I haven't. I have been exceptionally restrained. Nothing makes it. Perennials don't. They just don't make it from one year to the other with me. It's one of those things. I try very, very hard, and then it just doesn't work. In fact, it's quite cruel. I don't know what I do to plants, the poor things. So I promised Nick I wouldn't get any plants this year to kill, and it'll probably save us a fortune, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, so she said, I'm going to bring you down some sunchokes, because we've been talking about natural forage, etc. And this is something that I've been interested in for a few years. And it started because I'd actually, a couple of years ago, seen people who were growing forage for animals for over the winter, and it was barley sprouts. And instead of the usual sort of sprouting way, you do it in a jar, shake it around, and they sprout in a jar, they were growing them in trays, and then the roots and the sprouts formed a mat, and they fed it out to their livestock when the shoots were maybe about 3 or 4 inches tall. And I thought, that's really fantastic, because basically what we do is we have everybody on hay over the winter, because the grass is gone. And I thought yeah. And then a big problem is, obviously, if you don't rinse it out, you can get to sort of like salmonella, apparently. And I thought, yeah, that would be so me. I'd either kill it or I'd get salmonella and kill everything else. So I've kind of held off on this. But she brought me a sunchoke, something or other. So yesterday, it's not dead yet. So yesterday I put it in a big massive tub. And obviously, not being the brains of the operation, I didn't realise how high the trunk of the car was, or the boot of the car was, from the ground, and I can only get it a few inches off the ground. So it's down at the compost heap in a very, very purple bucket, and I can't get it in the car yet. So I'm going to have to try and find something that's a bit of a low rider, and get it chucked in the back so I can get it back up. But apparently donkeys, horses, mules, blah blah blah, sheep, everything, this is a very low sugar component of a winter diet, because you feed the foliage, which is pretty big and tall, and apparently they adore that. And then you've got the sunchokes, which I actually thought were like artichokes, the artichokes that grow underneath the ground. So apparently they're very good for them as well. So I thought, you know what, I'll give this a little shot. So I've had to leave it at the compost heap because I can't get it in the car, but I shall get there, and I shall try very, very hard to keep it alive. But she also brought some Sweet Annie, which apparently is dead, and there's no green left. So I've maybe managed to kill it, actually, which is quite outstanding, and I'm sure there's an award for that. But apparently this stuff, it smells absolutely phenomenal if you rub it between your fingers. It is super. And apparently it's a very popular snack at her house with her donkeys. So I was hoping to replicate that for our donkeys, but I'm not sure it's going to happen. So it does self-seed, apparently. And maybe it was just shocked in its move, and it's decided to sort of die back, and it'll come back up. And that's what I'm telling myself at the moment, because it's very, very embarrassing if you manage to kill something that is technically a weed, self-seeds, spreads, and now it's just not appearing. So I'm hoping it will come back. Either that, she's going to have to dig up a really, really hardy looking patch and bring it, because we're not doing well. So that's my wee project for the weekend, trying to keep these things alive. And so far, what am I on Tuesday? And I'm not doing a very good job, so we'll wait and see. Honestly, it's such a shame. Anyway, so that's what I'm having to think about at the moment. And oh look, here's Ted up in the hill. Ted! What you doing? See if Boone will come over. Boone! Boone's like, no, I've been fed today. I have no further use for you. Thank you very much. He's done. Dad! Where's So-So? Ted's like, yeah, I managed to leave. Oh, in fact, Enzo must be in a right snip because Ted's come down and Enzo's still not down. So he's obviously sulking up the hill. What a little stinker. I have to go and sort him out. What a pest. Right, let me check these questions in case there is anything that I need to answer. Oh yes, Sophie's fine. The paddock is absolutely gorgeous and they are doing a very good job trying to sort of like trim it down. The visit was super yesterday. It was, I do like going to that Methuen village. It's nice because you get to know people and you see them every time you go. Yes, I very much do wear sunblock. I wear factor 30 and I reapply at midday because it's just, I just don't have a hope. I'm actually about to deploy a sun hat as well because it's lethal. I don't actually know how Larky's doing, but Janine said that they think that his stomach's maybe upset because of the antibiotics, because he went off his food, so hopefully that will have sorted it out. I think she said he was a bit better, but she would be able to tell you far better than me. I know, poor sheep. They are being sheared first week in June. I can't quite remember the date. But fortunately we've only got tomorrow and then we've got 60s coming in for a while, so that will be fine. That will help us, I hope. Although I think there's supposed to be thunder and lightning coming on Wednesday. Ah, yes, I thought I couldn't kill hostas either. No, I can kill them as well. I'm absolutely fantastic at killing plants. I think I just have to look at them and they go, uh-oh, we're doomed. And they give up. Ah, sunchokes are the best in root vegetable dishes. Not to plant them only in a container. Right, okay. Prolific growers. Oh, excellent. These sound like my thing. So they're in a container at the moment. Ooh. And I think what I was planning on doing with them was, I think that the tubers, you lift the tubers and then you plant them the following year. And I thought that what I would do is try and produce lots and lots of tubers and then plant them next year. That's if I get anywhere with the tubers. Oh, I don't know why I actually bother with plants because they make me very stressy. Oh, was there a question? What was the question? Judy. Oh, I can't see the question. Why can't I see Judy's question? Oh, golly. What was the question? No. Yeah, I had to go and look it up as well, Fernanda. Ah, no, proper artichokes grow up in the air, but these are sunchokes, and I think that they are also called Jerusalem artichokes, and they grow as a tuber underneath the ground. So they're, and in fact, now when I was reading this, and I can't remember, they were related to something else, not potatoes, but there was something else that they were related to. Your Wanda is back on the other farm. Yes, artichokes like proper artichokes, they grow like a thistle above, but these are called Jerusalem artichokes, I think is their other name. Yes, that's right. Jerusalem artichokes. You see, I'm getting there. Nick he came back very early on Friday morning, which was super. So he's now leaving tomorrow to go to DC. And so he's going to DC tomorrow, and then we're hoping, and here's more sheepies coming. Hey guys, come on, Doldo. Dolly and Remy. Oh. He's going to DC tomorrow, and then I think he should be home Thursday night. Hey, Boony Boop. Boony. No, see? Totally and utterly paying no attention. He's only bothered by his tummy. The weather is good for the animals, and it's not great for me, but the animals like it until it gets too hot, and then when it's too hot, it's absolutely horrific. I presume Larky will be going back to work next week. Ooh, rain Thursday, Friday and Saturday. That would be absolutely fantastic, because we are under a drought warning, and it's just, you know, we had so much snow, it hasn't really made that much of a difference. It's such a shame. Oh, Judy, did I answer the question about Larky? I hope so. Hello, my love. Oh, look, here's my baby. You're my baby. You're going to give kisses. You're going to give kisses. No. He's like, I'm not actually. I'm going to eat. Look, comes over. Boony. Is it just the bestest bit of grass? He's like, God, this stuff over here by the fence is great. Boom. Hey. Excuse me. He's like, no, he's off ski. Look, leaving me be. What a stinker. There was me thinking he was coming over to say hello. All I get is his butt. Nice. He is a beautiful horse. But my golly, does he like eating. He had his feet done today. And he is hysterical. He's like, yeah, next foot. Yes, did you do that one beautifully? Excellent. He just loves being pampered, does old Boone. He is a draft cross, and he's a spotted draft cross, I suppose. Boony, yeah, and he's you can see all his mud marks just around about here. He's been splashing through the mud, and I tried to brush this off him last night, and I was like, right, that's it. He's obviously found a muddy spot, and he is an absolute mud magnet. And this is the horse that has to be fed on a nose bag, because he tips his buckets over, he throws them around, he just makes such a tremendous mess, and it makes him desperately happy. But the majority of his food ends up on the ground, and yeah, so he's on a nose bag. He does get ridden. I just haven't ridden him yet, and I have to get myself in gear, get him back under saddle, and in fact I need to buy a girth. I've got a saddle, I just don't have the girth, and get myself in. I just need to get going, really, actually, quite frankly. But he's a super buddy, and he's very affectionate, and he's very friendly. So he's just enjoying the grass. I mean, seriously, he's got nothing more to say. And look, I think I've got every single sheep down now. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Enzo's come down. Here, I'll go see Enzo. He's in such a bad mood with me. I've never really had such an ornery little stinker, but I do love him. And he's Boone is about 7. Enzo is 5, which you see, a little stinker. Hey, Zozo! He's like, I'm eating and I'm going to ignore you. Hey, up. Are we friends again? He's like, no, we're not. See? Look at that. Little poop. Honestly, you just don't cross mules because they hold it against you forever. He's, yeah. He's an absolute stinker. Anyway, that's my 5-year-old teenage mule. He's a grumpy little poop, and he's very agitated. And we're not friends at the moment, but we'll get there. So, are you coming over? Come on, honey bunny. Come on, my wee love. No, he's no. Anyway, that's me told. I'm persona non grata at the moment, and until he decides that he wants something like food, at which point he'll be like friendly for that moment, and then the next time he'll be like, yeah, I remember what you did with my feet. Honestly, he's the one that I want to put a pack saddle on and take him down to the co-op to pick up his grain. That'll be fun. What a wee stinker. Oh, it's a pleasure, Fernanda. So, I am going to go and get myself all organised and get my chores done over here, and then go home. And I'm going to make bolognese tonight in my slow cooker, because apparently I don't cook any longer, which is actually very true, but I think I shall do that. And I'm trying very hard to become a bit more domesticated, because Nick says that would probably be a good thing. I don't quite agree with Nick, because it's very difficult becoming domesticated when you're not very good at it, but I'm giving it a shot. So, and I did used to cook, and I can do it, so I'm giving it a shot. So, there we are. I will be back on, yes, Thursday. Thank you, Hilda. Yeah, if I make it to Thursday, that is, and I haven't passed out in a pile of sweat. And I hope everybody has a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you later. Night, night.